Hi, I'm Lori Fangio with the Taste of Paris, and I'm in my kitchen today making meringue mushrooms, these darling little confections that are used to garnish Buche de Noel or Yule Log cakes. And these are really simple to make, and I want to share with you exactly how to do it. So to get started, you're going to need 5 egg whites in a mixing bowl. To that, you'll add 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. You'll whisk this on a steaming pot of water. That's a hot pot there, so I'll just put this on. And you're just going to whisk this until the mixture comes to 110 degrees. And because this is a steaming pot of water, it's going to happen very, very quickly. What you're trying to do is you're trying to dissolve the sugar without cooking the eggs. And this will allow our meringue to beat very nicely without that grittiness that you can sometimes have in meringue. Now, this is going to come to 110 degrees faster than you think. So I am just going to turn on my thermometer and see where I am at the moment. Whisking, I'm already up to 85 degrees, and that will go to 110 degrees in no time. We're just keeping it moving to make the sugar dissolve, and so our eggs don't get too hot. And now I'm up to 95 degrees, 96, and just that fast, I'm to 110 degrees. So I'll take my whisk out, use a hot pad because this bowl has gotten hot. We will put this on our stand mixer. I just like to whip the eggs right in the mixing bowl because that's less dishes. Put the whisk attachment on, and we will turn this to medium speed for 1 minute. Now, it's important to start whipping the mixture, the sugar and egg mixture, slowly. So you don't want to go straight up to high right away. You want to start slow, and that will allow the bubbles to start to form at a lower speed. They'll be they'll be very delicate, but they'll form slowly, and that's going to give us a stronger meringue overall. So you beat for 1 minute on medium speed, and then you turn the mixer up to high and you beat it for about 3 or 4 minutes, depending on your mixer, until you have stiff, glossy peaks. And I'll meet you back when I've got them. Okay, in about 3 minutes time, I have stiff, glossy peaks. Look at that. That's perfect for piping meringue mushrooms. So I've already put a little bit of the batter in a piping bag. I like to use a pastry piping bag, and my favorite size is a size 12 tip. It's just a plain round tip. And I have my baking sheet ready to go. I'm just gonna put a little dollop of meringue batter in the 4 corners to hold my parchment in place. This will make piping the mushrooms very easy because the parchment paper will lay flat, it won't slide around, and it won't bubble up. Now I have my oven preheated to 200 degrees. My piping bag is filled and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to show you how to actually pipe the little mushrooms. Now there are 2 pieces, so you're going to pipe the tops and then you're going to pipe the stems separately. So I'll start right here, and I'm going to make some what I would call fairly small mushrooms. And if you see what I'm doing, my piping bag is perpendicular to the baking sheet, and I pipe a mushroom cap the size that I want it to be. This is not going to expand when it goes in the oven. So I'm piping actual size, and I like to do a variety of sizes and even a variety of shapes. So this would be my small mushroom caps. Now I'll do some larger ones. It's the same technique. I just squirt for a bit longer, and then when I get done, I just go round and round because I don't want a pointed top like a Candy Kiss top. I don't want that. I want it to be very smooth on top. So I'll pipe one more large one. I didn't put very much batter in my bag here, so I better get on with it. I did want to show you another shape that I like to make. I mostly make the button style mushrooms like this, but I also think the little mushrooms that have the little, basically like a little hat. It looks like a shiitake mushroom. I like to make those too, and they're very easy. All you do is you pipe a small amount, and instead of making it flat, you give it a little hat. Okay, so I'll pipe a couple of those, just kind of a little, you know, just a little extra mound on top. And then now I need to pipe the stems. And so I want to show you how to pipe the stems. Basically what you're going to do is you need a couple of, you need a stem for every mushroom cap, plus probably a few extra stems, because sometimes in making the mushrooms, there's some waste in the stems. And all we're gonna do is basically pipe what looks like a skinny Candy Kiss, a skinny chocolate kiss, if you will, skinny and tall. So we want them for the large mushroom caps to be a little over an inch tall. For the small mushroom caps, I'll make a few like that too. I try to make them even a little skinnier. And we don't care if there's a point on the top of the stems, because what we're going to do is once those are baked, those are going to be cut off anyway. Okay, so that's all there is to the piping process. You see how easy it really is. It's just a matter of guiding the bag and squeezing at the same time. And one of the main tricks in piping any batter or frosting is to keep your bag very, very tight. So keep it squeezed down, twist it to keep the pressure on, so it doesn't take much to just let that batter come right out. And that's that. Now, for our mushroom caps, we want to give them some specks, right? Because mushrooms are not perfectly white. So what I have is some unsweetened cocoa. I just have it in a fine mesh sieve. And then I just use a spoon to just bang on as much or as little cocoa as I want. And sometimes I like a variety. So I like some of my mushrooms to be almost white, and then I like other mushrooms to have quite a bit of cocoa. So this will go into a 200-degree oven for 1 hour. And then when the hour is up, you turn the oven completely off and you let the mushrooms sit in the oven overnight. And that will allow them to be very crispy and very, very hardened and ready to go for our mushrooms. Now I have some already done, and here they are. So take a close look at those. Some of my mushroom stems have fallen over. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to turn the mushroom caps and stems into these darling, darling little confections. It's really so easy. I have melted chocolate in a little bowl, and all I'm going to do is I'll take my mushroom stem and a very sharp serrated knife, and I'll just saw back and forth until I've cut the end off. And now I have a very flat surface. Do you see that? I'll dip the flat surface into the melted chocolate. I won't go down very far, just enough to get it coated. And then I'll take a mushroom cap and put it on, and that's all there is to it. So I'll make a few more. The bigger ones are definitely easier to make because you've got a little bit more to hold on to. The little ones are a bit harder, a bit more tedious. And what I like to do is I like to set it straight up, and then I push my mushroom cap over if I need to balance it so it stands up. Because, you know, sometimes the mushrooms, you're not cutting the stem perfectly straight. And so if it's leaning a little bit, it may need just a little extra help to stand up straight. All right, so I like to always test them, and that one's perfect. Okay, I'll make one little one. It's done exactly the same way. You just slice the little top off like so, push it down in the chocolate, grab a little mushroom cap, and there you go, meringue mushrooms. So that's how these little cuties are made. Thanks so much for joining me in the kitchen, and I hope you'll enjoy making the meringue mushrooms. They look darling on any kind of dessert buffet, but especially cute decorating the Buche de Noel or Yule log cake. Thank you. Have a great day.